Hey guys, it's that guy with the picks here. Last night on our channel, we gave the under 61.5 in the Coastal Carolina Appalachian State game. If you took that game, I know you weren't happy with the pick, or if you didn't take the game at all, you missed out. My buddy texted me somewhere in the second quarter and said there's going to be 100 points in this game. And the first thing that went into my head was, there's not. There's going to be time here where they're going to continue to run the ball and the time will go. And that game finished. If you watched the video from yesterday, it finished about exactly as how I described the game to go. I had it at a 56-point total and it hit 57. The under was a good win. You know, that moves our NCAA football record to 8-2. Our overall record on this channel is 22-5. I sure hope nobody has given up before the miracle happens. I sure hope so. 2 little losses in the NFL shouldn't scare you too much in the world that we're in this sports book. Last night, the other game I gave was the San Antonio Spurs. And if you watched that video, I told you exactly what was going to happen in that game too. I said the Spurs were going to pull away in the second half and win very comfortably. They won by about 25 points, and they were giving 6 points in the game. That moves our NBA record to 1-1 on the year. And our NFL record sitting on the year is 13-2, which gives us a total of 22 wins and 5 losses. Crazy record. I want to thank you guys for the likes, the support, the shares, the subscribers. Once this channel hits 500 subscribers, I am going to do something special for one of the subscribers that is on this channel. We will make a live bet at the counter made by me for you. And I'm going to give you a couple games to pick from that you can choose from what game that you want. If I were you, I would go with whatever I say. And that's not being cocky. That's just being confident. And I had no doubt after those back-to-back NFL losses. There was nothing that came in my head, that crept in my head that was like, you know what, maybe this, no, none of that. Zero. So tonight, it's a Thursday night. Just like I said last week, you guys are anticipating I'm going to give an NFL game. And once again, that's not the case. Tonight, we're going back to college. There's too much going on in that Cleveland Browns game. I can handicap that until the sun goes up and the sun goes down. Well, there's just too much stuff going on. I mean, we got backup quarterback, we got a third string running back, we got other pieces on the other side that are still quite. There's just so much going on. And if someone out there can tell you that they've broken down this game and handicapped it to a point where they know what is going to happen, myself, I wouldn't believe them. Tonight's game is a guess in the NFL. So what I'm going to do as the responsible handicapper is I'm going to look for an edge in the other game. And the game that I see the edge in, and a very big edge, is Louisiana traveling to Arkansas State. Now, Louisiana comes in at 5-1. Arkansas State comes in at 1-5. This line opened up at Louisiana giving 15 points. Right now it sits at Louisiana giving 18 points. The total opened up at 67. The total sits now at 70. All those things are good for the side that I'm going to talk about, because those numbers kind of give you a little bit of the storyline of how the game should go. Now, Arkansas State last week, they played Coastal Carolina, and they got beat 52-20. The week before that, they lost 59-33. The week before that, 41-34. The week before that, 52-3. Like, you see where I'm going with this. This team gives up an unbelievable amount of numbers, and they don't score even close to half of what they give up. In that game, Blackman started as the quarterback for Arkansas State against the Coastal Carolina, and he was 7 of 12 for 70 yards. And then they brought in the backup, Hatcher. And Hatcher finished with 13 for 29 for a $185, 2 touchdowns and an interception. In that game, he had 6 carries for 29 yards. Hunt had 6 grabs for 138 yards and a touchdown. Their defense they had absolutely 0 defensive stats in that game. No sacks, no interceptions, no fumble. And that is about the typical for Arkansas State. Their plus ratio and turnover is disgusting. It's ridiculous when you see it. Almost 5 to 1. I mean, it's horrible. What they did in that game was they gave up 685 total yards of offense to Coastal Carolina. Now, is that a lot of yards? Yeah. Should Coastal Carolina get 685 on them? I don't believe any team should ever get 685 yards on against another team. But you have those games sometime. And for Coastal Carolina, yes, they're a high-powered offense. They do a lot of great things. They also took the loss last night to Appalachian State, which I also talked about in that video. I wasn't sure who was going to win. And Appalachian State pulled it out. And to be honest with you, I was happy to see that. They played a hell of a game. Arkansas State has 1 win on the year, and that was in their first game of the year against Central Arkansas. And they won that game 40-21. And haven't won a game since. Louisiana, they played Appalachian State, the same team that beat Coastal Carolina last week. So their last game against Appalachian State, last week they beat them 41-13. They absolutely dominated them on both sides of the ball. And that's what this Louisiana team does. They dominate on both sides of the ball. Their quarterback, Lewis, he threw for 209 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Johnson led the rushing attack with 14 carries for 103 yards and a touchdown. But the other running backs also had 82 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bailey had 34 yards, a touchdown. Wide receiver, Lacey had 2 grabs for 57 yards and a touchdown. Their defense in that game caused ruckus. They had 3 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a fumble recovery. And unlike Arkansas State, Louisiana, they lost their first game of the year, a tough loss to Texas, getting beat 38-20. 38-18, I apologize. And unlike Arkansas State, Louisiana has won every game since they've taken that loss to Texas. Louisiana on the year, they average 30.5 points a game, and they give up 21 points a game. Like I said, their defense is pretty stingy. And it should be very stingy against Arkansas State tonight. So they give up, they score 26 and they give up, they score 30 and they give up 21. Now, I need you guys to hear this next line that I'm about to say because it's almost unbelievable unless you go and do some research and dig it up yourself and you're going to find the same thing that I'm about to tell you. Arkansas State, they score 26 points a game. And here's what I need you to listen up to. This Arkansas State team gives up 46.6 points a game. Yes, you heard me right. They give up 46.6 points a game. What are you doing? You have no offense. I mean, you have no defense. No one even goes to the field when the other side got the ball. I mean, how do you give up 46.6 points a game? And listen, this ain't like after 1 or 2 games. Okay, maybe that just happened. This is after 6 games. The season is more than halfway over, and they're giving up 46.6. Let me fade them every game, and I'm a moneymaker. So, Louisiana, they're 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 Thursday games. Arkansas State's 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 conference games. They're 0-6 against their spread in their last 6 following a bye week. Too many trends one way compared to the other, the averaging, the points given. I mean, the whole thing. The line moving 3 points, which is you don't see that too often at all. The total going up 3 points, like you don't see that too much at all. I mean, point and a half, that's big. When you're moving 3 points on the total and the line, I mean, that's huge. So what I see in this game is I see a Louisiana team that has been on absolute fire. Winning their last 5, with their last win against Appalachian State. That was a good win. I see them being full of confidence. They're going to come out with a lot of swag tonight. They know who the alpha is on this field tonight, and it is Louisiana. I think we're going to see this Louisiana team rush for over 300 yards on this Arkansas State team tonight. Remember who told you that. They're going to rush for over 300 yards tonight against this Arkansas State defense. And Arkansas State isn't going to have any word or any stop to what Louisiana does. And Louisiana has a good defense that will shut this Arkansas State team down again and again and again and again. And what else I see is I see a Louisiana defense that creates turnovers. Every game creates turnovers, and believe me, Louisiana does not need extra possessions in this game. That's unfair. Unfair. And they're going to get some. Louisiana will cause and create some turnovers, and they will get points off turnovers. So what I see is I see a Louisiana team just lighting up the scoreboard, putting up close to, if not more, 50 points in this game. I see them absolutely cruising. I mean, cruising to a huge win tonight and to build on the momentum that they have going in their last 5 games to get them to maybe a better bowl game than what they initially thought they were going to get in. Tonight, guys, take Louisiana State minus the points. Take them minus 18. You can thank me in the morning. Okay? Our channel was going to move to 23-5 after today's game. I'm going to put my Venmo account back up in the comment section of this. If I've made you money or if I'm going to make you money, don't be shy. Greatly appreciated if you leave a tip. If not, no big deal. We're going to continue to give you guys winners at a very, very, very high percentage. I just ask that you continue to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos. I thank you guys. And you guys know what we're going to do again. First off, they gave us a free game on Wednesday for football. So we're already back on Thursday, so you guys know what we're playing on once again this week. House money. Now let's get back to getting this cash.